friends, today we're going to take a look at a new app. Let's go ahead and go get it together. So when you go into your self-service app, you're going to scroll down to the P's and you're going to look for an app called Pages. So Pages looks like this orange icon right here with a little pencil. When you tap to install it, it might take a while because it is a heftier size of an app. But once you get that app downloaded, let's go ahead and check it out together. Here we go. When you're inside Pages, one of the first things it might ask is to tell you some of the new features, or if you want to get started. You'll notice that here it's telling me some of the new features and everything. So I'm just going to tap the continue button, and then as it loads, oh, it's showing me where I left off. I'm going to tap documents here. And I'm going to go back out. So when you hop into Pages, it's going to first ask you, do you want to create something new? So make sure that you've selected to save it to save your project onto your iPad. So make sure that location is selected first. And then you're going to touch the plus sign over here to create a new document. So we're going to touch the plus sign there to create a new document. And today we're going to create a blank document. And I think that for us in our kindergarten world, one of the easiest ways is to do a basic blank landscape so that it's like the way our paper is. So let's go ahead and tap the blank landscape. You could choose a blank portrait, so then it's a tall piece of paper, but I like the wide one. So you could choose either or. It's not really a big deal, but I'm going to choose the blank landscape here today. And once I'm in, it pops right up with my keyboard. So if I want to start typing right now, I can start typing my words, but here's what's cool. So instead of typing, what we can do instead is get started in a different way. Maybe we want to pair up a video or a picture that we have with some of our words. So I'm going to tap over here on the side. I want to say goodbye to my keyboard for a moment. So I'm going to tap this little button down here that says down arrow for my keyboard. My keyboard will disappear. And then I'm going to change my view so I can see my paper a little bit smaller. I'm going to come up here, not the first button that says documents, but the second button right here. It helps me where I can have more of a thumbnail view. So I'm going to toggle on that first switch. And then I'm going to go ahead and tap my button here. So what I get is I can see my pages over here as I add more, okay? Then I'm going to take my two fingers and I'm going to pinch my screen. So I'm going to pinch my white paper and you'll notice, oh look, now my paper's a little bit smaller. And that's what I want. I want to be able to see what I'm working with. All right, so now that I've got my paper kind of lined up here and I'm ready to roll, the first thing you want to do is you want to add a title to what it is that you're working on. So if this is for a fitness paper that you're writing, you can go ahead and tap up here to change the title. Instead of saying blank landscape, I'm going to tap on top of those words, so a double tap, and then I'm going to select to rename. That's the first one, R. Then I'm going to tap the little X to get rid of all those words. And now I'm going to title my story of what I want to call it. So I'm going to call this one Mrs. Ripp's Fitness Story. Let's call it my fitness story. Ooh, I misspelled it. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tap done. There we go. All right, so now I've renamed it. And what's nice is that you can add your words, but you don't have to make your words fit on here like a regular Word document. You can put your words in a text box, which is a lot handier so that you can move them around where you want them. So let's go get a text box. Up here at the plus sign is the plus media. And you'll notice that you have a lot of options inside this awesome app. We can add tables, we can add charts, we can add stickers, and we can add some videos. We're going to come back over here to this juicy tab in just a moment. But let's go check out the stickers, because the stickers has a text sticker that lets us type. So let's go ahead and let's tap where it says text, and you notice it gives us a text bubble. So now we can pick it up in the middle, move it wherever we want to type. Maybe I wanted to start typing over here. I'm going to grab the little blue snowball here in the middle and pull it down just a little bit so I've got a bigger typing box. And then I'm going to begin typing. How do I begin? I'm going to tap, tap right there on top of those words. Not one tap, but two taps. So I'm going to go tap, tap. Here I go. Tap, tap. My keyboard pops back up. You'll notice that that text is now highlighted because watch what happens as I start typing. So I can start saying, here is my fitness. And then let's pretend that Mrs. Rip keeps typing a whole lot of stuff over there. So if I'm done, once I'm done, make sure I put a period in there. It's not really done, but we'll pretend. Here's my fitness story about how to, and I want to do a dot because we'll pretend that I finished the rest of the story. All right, but ooh, that's really tiny, isn't it? Oh, golly. So how did I get rid of that keyboard? When I was typing, to get rid of that keyboard, I just once again tap the down keyboard. It just makes my keyboard disappear. But now I want to edit this box. I want to make my words look a little bit fancier and not so tiny. So I'm going to tap right up here on the paintbrush. The paintbrush allows me to edit my words and make them a little bit fancier. So I can make my text box have a background color if I want it. So if I want it to fill with a certain color, I can find that. Let's see here. Ooh, a gradient color, or maybe just a regular color, or an image. So you can do anything you want. Let's see here. Ooh, that's really dark. What if I went from like a orange to from like a yellow? There we go. Okay. Then let's go over here now to text. And I want to make sure that it is bigger. So I'm going to touch the plus sign and let's see here. I'm thinking, gosh, I really think it needs to be a lot bigger. And you'll notice as I was touching this plus sign, I kind of saw over here on the side how big it was getting. You'll want to keep an eye on that as you're touching your plus sign so that it doesn't get too big and it doesn't hide all of your words. So just touch it to make the plus sign as big as you can get your words to stretch out, just so that they're easier for everyone to read. Then you'll see that there's a lot of other spaces and options. I could even change the font. So if I didn't want Helvetica, oh golly, look, there's a lot of other fancy fonts out there, but leaving it there at Helvetica is fine too. All right, once I'm done, I'm going to tap the paintbrush just to close up that menu and look. Wow, look at my sunny word box that I've made of my story. Let's pretend that it has my full story in it. Wink, wink. All right, now I'm going to just tap on the white, like right here. Tap, watch, tap. And then I don't want my typing right now, so I'm going to go down on my keyboard. But now let's say I want to add a picture, add a video, because it goes with my learning. How do I do that? Well, let's go back up here to the top, to the plus sign, because we want to add media again. But this time we don't want to be in the sticker column. We want to go over to where the pictures are. And you'll notice that up here we do have some pictures. I will tell you that the stickers here, they're shape stickers, but there's also a lot of different objects. So if you were looking for one, maybe you were talking about some special foods, you could put on here some other kinds of pictures that help you. So I just want you to know that you can add all of these wonderful stickers on here. Like if you were talking about going hiking, you can add that sticker. Touch the paintbrush while you have the bubbles. So while that sticker is selected with the little blue snowballs on it, you can change the color of it too. So if I tap style, and I can make that go from a black sticker maybe to that orange, it matches. All right, I'm going to tap my paintbrush. Wow, look at this. All right, let's go back though. I'm going to touch the white part. Ooh, down the keyboard. Let's get that video on here because I've made a fitness video that I want to include. So I'm going to touch my plus sign and then I'm going to go back over here to where my media is, and you'll notice that it says photo or video. Well, hey, that's what I want. So I'm going to touch right here where it looks like there's that mountain at, and you'll see all of what you need. And look, there's my fitness video of Sprinkles, our classroom pet. So I'm going to tap that video. It takes a while to process. You'll notice it throws it right in there, but oh dear, it's covering all of my hard work. Don't worry, we can take care of that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to hold on to the middle and scooch it up though. And then watch what I do. I'm going to grab this little blue snowball right there in that corner, and I'm going to shrink-a-dink my video and then maybe move it just a little bit like that. Wow, look at that. But you know what? I'm not done. I want to make my video have a border and be fancy. So if you want to add some fancy stuff to it, you could stop here. I think this is great. But if you wanted to add even more, if you touch the paintbrush again, paintbrush always gives you more options. And that's pretty neat. Look, I can make it look like a piece of paper on there. Wow, so cool. I could even add a shadow to it if I wanted. Wow. And look at all these different kinds of shadows. So you can really make this very jazzy if you wanted, okay? And there's different kinds of styles of, oh my goodness, look at all these different lines and styles I could add. All right, I'm going to tap my paintbrush again because I'm all done making that jazzy. I'm going to touch my screen. And there's one more tool, two more tools that I want to share with you of this wonderful tool called Pages. When you go back up to the plus sign to add media, underneath the media pictures column right here, this tab, you'll notice that there's some other tools. You could do a live picture if you needed to. You could record an audio. So if you wanted to read your story to somebody, so watch what I could do. So I'm going to tap the record audio button right here where that microphone is. And if I want to record myself, I can tap it. Watch what happens. Here is my fitness story about how to, let's pretend it's all there. Tap the stop button when you're done. And then if you like what you did, you can preview and listen to it or re-record. But if you like it, tap the insert button. And what happens is it recorded my voice and here's the button for it. Ta-da! How awesome is that? All right. Now that I have my voice recorded to my story, wowza, that's awesome too. Guess what? There's still more that you can do. If I go back up to the plus sign and I come down here and I tap drawing, watch this. It's just like the markup tool. And you'll notice it gives me a space. So you'll notice that now I have these yellow snowballs and I can adjust where I want to make my drawing. And you get to make your own homemade sticker. So if you wanted to make your own homemade sticker here, you totally can. And notice how you have a couple more other tools. You get a crayon and you get a highlighter and you get a whole lot of other things in there. So if you wanted to add these other tools in there, you totally could. So I just want to make sure you know about this awesome. So I'm going to just make a little healthy heart here. There we go. All right, I think that's good. All right, I'm going to tap done since I'm done doodling there. Tapping done. There we go. And notice how it made it into a sticker, so I can make it smaller. I can move it around now if I wanted. That's pretty neat. All right, guys. That's pretty much the basics of a Pages document. And so when you're done, it automatically saves to your iPad. So when I tap Documents, it closes up and you'll see it stays right here. So that, ready? I'm going to double click and you'll see I'm going to swipe out of everything. I'm going to close out of all my apps I have open. How do I go back and continue working on it maybe the next day if I need to? You go back to wherever your Pages app is. And once I'm there and inside, since you've selected for it to be stored on your iPad, just make sure that you have that item over here selected and you can come back and find it. Then it opens it right up and it's ready right there for you. Now, how do you turn this into Canvas? Well, that's a different story. Let me show you how to turn it into Canvas in a second video. Thank you so much, friends, for watching, and I hope that you had fun learning about this new fabulous app called Pages. P.S. ... I have one more cool thing to show you about this app. So the Pages app, not only can it make you all of these wonderful things, and you can keep typing and make lots of pages, but if you go up to the 3 dots and you come up here and you say export, guess what? If you say export it as an EPUB, this is the coolest part. You can title it. It'll keep your title if you've already got it, and it has your name. And if you want to say, oh, it doesn't have a book cover, or it does, or you can choose your own image if you have one. Watch what happens. If I say export, and then I say go over to my Books app, watch what it does. It makes my story into an ebook. No way. Look at that. There it is. I only had one page, so it's not much to look at. But how cool is that, friends? Wowzers, right? All right. I hope that you had fun learning about the Pages app as much as I did. Have fun learning, and I can't wait to see what you create. Bye, friend.